Amanda here from createyourfuture.co. So today we have a special guest joining us. We have Carol. Hello, Carol.
Hi, Amanda.
So guys, Carol is a coach here at Create Your Future. She's been doing email coaching, so some of you guys already have her as an email coach. And today she's going to share a personal success story from her life of how she got her specific person. She was a long distance relationship. She manifested it, them being together, as well as she got him to think it was his idea. So I'm so excited. Share this story with us because, you know what, and guys, I just want to point out that this isn't an ex either. I know you guys have been asking for a success story that's not somebody that's an ex. So it is not an ex. So here you go.
No, definitely not an ex. Okay, so just to give you a little background information, we were friends from college many years ago, and everybody went their own way, and we reconnected about 15 years later, and it kind of started, moving forward and sparks and the butterflies. And at some point I felt that I really wanted to see this guy. I hadn't seen him in so long, and I really wanted to see him, but I didn't quite want it to be the one to, ask. So I started intending that he wants to see me, that he wants to come see me. Mind you, we lived in two different countries. He is from back home where I used to live. So next thing I know, about 2, maybe 3 weeks with intentions and knowing in my heart that he wanted to see me as well, he sends me a screenshot of his plane ticket to come see me. So of course, when we saw each other for the first time, sparks everywhere. So I wanted to see him more. So I'm like, well, if I created this once, I can definitely create him to come see me constantly. So I started, making intentions that I will see this guy all the time. I'm going to see him constantly. I'm going to hug him. I'm going to be with him. We're going to spend time together. I don't know how it's going to happen. I just know that it will happen. And for an entire year, he actually came to see me every month. And the times that he couldn't come see me, he would, buy me a ticket. So I would go see him. So there was kind of like a bridge of events in between when some things sort of pop up with some family issues that he had, but I just kept the intention. It's okay. He has his family situation, but I'm going to see him regardless. And at one point, my mom just offered a ticket back home for my birthday, and I'm like, you see, I knew it. Like somehow I managed to get to him. And that's exactly how we saw each other frequently, maybe once or twice a month for an entire year, until it clicked in my head. How about I just intend that we live in the same country? Why not? So I just started making intentions that I want to move back home. I moved back home because he wants me to be close to him. I moved back home because that's where I belong. We belong together. There's nothing else. There's no other choice. So in one of my trips back home that he made it happen, he actually mentioned, hey, why don't you move back home? So I totally got him thinking it was his idea all over again. So I said, yes, let's work on that. Let's move back home. And he made it happen. He came, he went to my apartment. He helped me move. He packed up all my stuff, and I'm home. He's actually next door right now as I speak.
Oh my goodness. That's
Yes.
so amazing.
Yes.
That's the thing, right? It's so true. Everyone has you pushed out. So, if you intend, first of all, if you just intend something, for them, like they want to live with me, they automatically think it's their idea. That's why it's so big on doing everything energetically with your intentions and not actually having to verbally say it, right? Because,
yes.
If I verbally say it, that means you think it's automatically my idea, right? But if I intend it, you automatically think it's your idea, because that's how everyone is pushed out works. That's the exciting thing about it, right?
Yes.
So what are some of the techniques you use to create that, to really actually, make that happen?
So yes. So I did mental diet. I think it's what works best for me. I'm not good imagining for some reason. I do imagine as I do my mental diet. But one of the things that I did was, from watching one of your videos, I started creating that list of just like random things that you create to kind of see happening to strengthen your faith. And then I would just kind of stick it in there. You know, like I would say like I intend to get a free coffee. I intend to see a shiny penny. I intend that he comes see me. I intend to get a free lunch. So I would just kind of like stick it in there to kind of make it like this normal, regular thing. It's not that important. Like it can happen just like any other thing can happen. So that's how I made it part of my routine. And then of course, when moments came up that I missed him, I would just kind of like say, okay, no, I know I'm going to see him. I know I'm going to see him. So don't worry about it. So just kind of like a lot of self-talk. And so I just consistently did that every day. I had my little notebook where I would scratch things off of the things that actually manifested. And then I just have to share this funny story. One of the things that I wanted to manifest was to see a squirrel from up close, because I see squirrels everywhere, but they're always running away from you.
Yeah.
And one morning I was sitting in front of the coffee house that I would walk by on my way to work, and I was just sitting there on a bench drinking my coffee under a tree, and a squirrel actually fell on my foot. I know. And it just stood there for like a second and just ran off, and I'm like, okay. And this girl in front of me,
right? Like,
like this, it was in shock. I was in shock, and this girl in front of me was like, "Oh my gosh, what are the odds?" And I'm like, I'm gonna scratch that off my list for sure.
What are the odds? Well, it was on my list, so very, very good.
It was very up close. It fell on my foot. I felt it. So
I just,
but that's how you know that everything is possible.
Like I was just gonna say that. I'm like, seriously, like how, you know, like, whoa, you know, yeah, like, and you know what? I'm gonna add that to my list to like see a squirrel up close. How it actually looks like amazing. Oh my goodness. You know, I guess, you know, a lot of things here, you know, mental diet, that list is so important because, you know, and we say this time and time again, you know, not only are you creating really awesome things in other areas of your life, you're building your belief. You're really building your belief. Like, I'm sure that day with that squirrel that landed on your foot, that was totally in shock, that it was really just sitting there staring at you so you can get a really good look at him and be like, okay, here it is. But, you know, and basically, you know, that day you're probably on top of the world. You're like, this is going to happen. Like, if that can happen, anything can happen, right? Like,
exactly.
You know, you know,
mental diet for me is a must. It's the main thing that I go to.
And then your friend was even like, you know, that, like, how often does that happen? Kind of like, hey, this is your manifestation, right? Like, you know what I mean? Like, the whole world, when you make an intention, the whole world and like conspires to make it happen for you. Everybody in your reality. I mean,
definitely.
You know, you've just shown that circumstances don't matter. You know, you lived in the end of your end result of being together every single day and, you know, basically getting rid of the distance, and you did it. And he totally, like, you know, you got everything uprooted, changed, and it all worked out. And, you know, and he thought it was his idea, and
he did.
You know,
and he was ecstatic, and so was I, and just seeing how happy he was, knowing that I made that happen, because I would actually feel him happy with me being there, because I would say to myself, of course, why would he want to be with me? I am awesome. I am worth it. Of course he wants to be with me. Why not? So it just kind of reflected back to me, and I love it.
That is so amazing, guys. So there you go. Like, oh my goodness, what an amazing story. Yeah, you guys are looking for some help, definitely check out the link in the description below. Carol does video sessions, so definitely check it out. And Carol, thanks so much for being here.
Thank you for having me.
And guys, thank you for liking, commenting, sharing, and subscribing. And yeah, we'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.